Yo, what's going on? Let's just do a show. Let's do a show, Mike. It's the Mike and Mish show. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're here, man. It's the Mike and Mish show on a Thursday night. What are you doing, Mike?
I'm here. I'm doing a show. You
Doing a
told me
show.
to
Let's
be
do-
here, and I'm here
And
doing a show.
I said, you know what time it is, Mike? It's showtime. Let's do a show.
And we're doing
That's
that
how
show.
we prepared for this show, everybody. I just got back from the baseball field. I got home like 35 minutes ago in a fucking frenzy. And it's the life of a father with kids that play sports, and Mike will be there soon. But how you feeling tonight, Mike?
I am feeling good. I just had a pretty funny moment with my youngest in the
boy,
bathroom.
what happened?
It
What'd
was
she do?
very funny, actually. So I go in. She's like, I have to go to the bathroom, which she does every night. And you know what kids do. They just need to go to the bathroom 5 minutes after they're in bed. So, okay, she goes to the bathroom. And I walk in there. I'm like, all right, you're done. You've been in here for 5 minutes. You just had to pee. So she's like, all right. She gets down and I wipe her. And I was like, did you shart? And she's like, no. I said, you shit? I don't see shit in the toilet. And she's like, no. And I was like, you did it on the toilet paper. And you know what she goes? She says, take a picture. And I went, what?
Take a picture of what?
Take a picture of what? I said, look, it's on the toilet paper. And she was like, take a picture. I want to see. And I was like, take a picture of your asshole so you can see the shit. And she's like, yes. She says, yes.
Oh my God.
I'm not taking a picture of your butt so you can see. And she starts, so she turns around and she's like, I want to see. I want to see. She started crying. She actually got so upset that I wouldn't take a picture that she could see poop in her butt. She cried about it. Okay. That is what I just dealt with a 4-year-old upstairs. She thought that she just had to see this. She had to see it because she was like, I didn't poop. I don't believe you. And I was like, it's right here. Hello. So, hey. And I was like, this is a good story right here. This is something that probably won't happen ever again. That was fun.
That kid is fucking hilarious, man. She's so funny. That little Instagram video of the little girl in the back seat going, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And the dad's like, "Where'd you learn that?" She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And the little girl's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
And the dad's like, "Where did you learn that?" That little girl.
You, Dad.
I know she doesn't look like your daughter, but I feel like that is something Bristol would say to you. Are you fucking kidding me?
She'll use every chance that she can get to call. So basically, poop is poop. Poop that humans poop is poop. Poop that horses poop is poop. But anytime a bird poops on a car, we don't say, hey, look, it's bird poop. We always call it bird shit. So she calls it bird shit. Because she was like, Dad, you have bird shit on your window. And I'm like, what? What'd you just say? She was like, it's bird shit. And she points to it. And I'm like, you know what you're doing.
That's funny, man. That's hilarious. We got to do our sponsor reads real quick, but I just want to say, man, last night's show was fun as hell. And I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as Mike and I did. Shout out to John Morgan for coming on one more time, because that was a good conversation for 90 minutes with that guy.
Shout out, let's go, boy.
Yeah, shout out, let's go, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and do our sponsor read before we get into the show, because we have 4 guests and we really want to get right into them tonight. So here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
To learn more, you need to call up Mike Mish at Norcom Mortgage, 860-884-2103. Best in the business. Licensed in like 20 states or something like that. He can help you all out. Our other sponsors, of course, we got Bare Knuckle Corn Snacks, tasty popcorn treats for all you combat sport freaks. if you can't make it out to an event and buy some overpriced food in the arena, you might as well go on bareknucklecornsnacks.com, buy yourself some popcorn, sit your ass on the couch and watch bare knuckle fighting from the comfort of your own home with some tasty treats. And BK Bet Shark. BK Bet Shark is at BK Bet Shark on Instagram. He knows where to place your money. He knows how to win you money. If you don't like money, don't follow him. If you like to win, get over to BK Bet Shark. We got 4 guests for you guys tonight. We're going to bring the first one on in a second. We got Mike, the Marine Richman, kicking it all off. Then we're going to follow it up with Martyna Krol, followed by Travis the Animal Thompson. And then we're going to wrap up the show with the co-main event of BKFC 47, Josh D-Day Dyer, who's going to be taking on Jared Warren. But first off, we got to talk to the man who's going to be fighting Redneck Dave Mundell in the main event at BKFC 47 for his shot at the middleweight title, the #1 ranked middleweight in the BKFC, our guy, Mike the Marine Richman. What's up, Mike?
All right, what's happening, guys? How you doing?
Good, dude. You know, Mike, why are you doing that fucking sound effect when we
that was supposed? That's a. Oh, we do have a sound. You know what, Mike?
Yeah.
Just for you, right? We do have a sound effect. Hey, listen, we just started doing this show today. This is the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's much better, right?
Yo, Mike. Welcome back to the show, dude. I don't know if this is this the first time we ever talked to you on our show out of like the dozen times that we've had you on where you're not at the club?
This might be the first one. Yeah, after this show, I'm gonna get suited up and head in. So I just got done training, so I didn't want to rush to the club and do it. So I'm like, I'll just do it here at the house, and then I'll change and roll out.
Oh man, we love this. We love this fight you have coming up, man. The last time we saw you, you were winning 95% of that fucking round with Lorenzo Hunt. We all know that it didn't end in your way, but you put the world on notice that you belong there. And we even got Lorenzo to fucking admit it last time he was on our show. We were like, dude, you can't fucking ignore the first minute and 40 seconds of that fight, right? He's like, no. And he started smiling. He goes, yeah, Mike was getting me. And, but then I did what I did and blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, because
it took a little bit of work.
I mean, you've been real dismissive of the first minute and 40. You know what I mean? That did happen. So anyways, you're right back in there. Another title fight. You're headlining another one. And I got to tell you, man, this matchmaking, I love this fight between you and Mundell. I love it. You guys are both fucking animals. You are both very precise when you throw your shots. You both got power. This one is super intriguing, and I really love it. How are you feeling about the matchmaking? And is Dave Mundell somebody that you asked for, or was it that you already had earned that #1 contender shot at 175? You're just taking it.
Obviously I want the most competitive matches, and I want the most high profile matches, and I want to fight for the title. And he was the champion, so that just kind of all lined up. After me and Lorenzo kind of had our run and our fight against each other, I went to a fork in the road. I took the course to go up to 85, take the interim, then to try to fight Lorenzo, all while this was around the same time that I was supposed to be fighting Francesco Ricci for the title. So then obviously Lorenzo and I had our thing, and then there was an opportunity for me to lead to him. We were unsure when the Ricci fight was going to happen. I got about a 6-week notice about the interim title fight with Doolittle, and it was set in stone, going to be in Denver. And it was one of those things where I just, I sat on it for like a day, and I'm like, we gotta take this, because at the end goal was Lorenzo and I to meet. So I didn't want to talk tail away and be like, no, I'm gonna go. I'm busy doing these other things. I said I wanted to fight you, so I was gonna take that path to go get you. And then coming back from that, to be able to still fight for the 175-pound title, it just goes to show that the BKFC still values me as one of their top talents. And Mundell ended up taking it from Ricci, and now he's the guy that I got to go up and fight. And it sounds like he wanted to fight me to kind of keep adding to his name, so it's a perfect matchup.
I think, like you just mentioned, BKFC values you as a main event. I don't see you in anything but main events. Like, Because honest to God, you match up so well with so many people. There's a few guys very much like you when it comes to that. Like you and Mike Perry, I believe, are the most matchable guys. You can go up to 185. You can go down to 165. You can fight everybody in the top 5 at 175. And Perry's very much in that same boat because you two never put on a boring fight.
Yeah.
You're exciting. You're top of the fucking heap in every division that you step foot in. And like I just said, like you have the ability to go up, down, stick around. And like, I know that you mentioned it on the Bones to Domes podcast. And I don't know if you've mentioned it a few times on any other shows, but for those who didn't see it, you said that you would like to fight Mike Perry after Mundell, and you're not overlooking Mundell, but you mentioned it. And that's very intriguing as well.
No, for sure. It's, you know, you never want to overlook the opponent that you're going up against. He's a great opponent. And, but that just goes like my whole career has been, you know, my whole career in BKFC has been fighting the top talent, the top opponent. So this is not new for me. I've never fought someone no one's never heard of. I've never fought a no name or a low level guy. I've always fought the best. With that aside, yeah, I mean, that's the fight. You know, if I can't get the rematch with Lorenzo, you know, because I know he's got so many options at his table, you know, and whether he wants to go to heavyweight and whatnot. You know, if we can't get that rematch down the road, then absolutely the next fight would be Perry. I think it would be a huge draw, a huge entertaining fight. And I know he wants big money. I'm sure he's still negotiating to go back to UFC. Who knows what he's got going on. But if he were to stay in BKFC and, you know, run up another couple fight contract, you know, I want to be in the mix to fight him because we would put on a, you know, a fucking electric fight.
Yeah, I hope that the BKFC can work something out with him, and we'll get off of Mike Perry in a second. But from what we heard was were boxing offers. I heard he was getting some gloved boxing offers that would be pretty lucrative for him. So it might not be the UFC. Who knows? But
yeah, you know, I saw that Jake Paul post about Nate Diaz pulling out. Fucking maybe they'll be hitting on Mike Perry for that big payday.
Oh shit! Now, but you're fighting Redneck, man, and Mundell. He is like he's sort of like you, but not exactly. He is cerebral in the ring the same way you are. Like he's not gonna fucking he's not gonna overpress and get himself into some bullshit. He fucking like you guys basically control the tempo of the fight, and you pick your shots and you land them. And he's been showing that in every fight. In his last 3 fights, he's looked, you know, very similar to yourself in those fights. What are your thoughts on Mundell as a fighter? And, you know, how much does he excite you as a champion stepping in there?
You know, the excitement level is, you know, I'm excited to go up there and win the title. You know, there's the excitement levels there. The excitement level is there to become a champion and beat him. And he's a talented fighter. When it comes to his skill set, I think he's gotten better and better, and he's getting more and more comfortable. You know, he's definitely very calculated with his footwork. He had great head movement, great footwork early on his BKFC career, but now he's starting to slip and rip. He's starting to throw counter shots, and you know, now he's coming off of 2, you know, knockout wins, so he's definitely feeling himself, you know, as far as the power is concerned, and connecting on that. So now he's much more polished. You know, he's much more polished now. I think he's much more talented. You know, he's putting in the work. You know, if I fought him a couple of years ago, I think it would have been big trouble for him. But now he's a much more polished fighter. And, you know, I look forward to that. And one of the things I really look forward to is he's a southpaw and I'm a southpaw. I haven't fought another southpaw in bare knuckle. I haven't fought a southpaw in glove boxing. You know, I fought a handful of southpaws in MMA. And southpaws gave me difficulties in MMA just because of the shot and the double legs, you know, and those type of wrestling entries, you know, because I'm always fighting orthodox. I was good at stuffing single legs and whatnot. And But when it comes to bare knuckle and just pure boxing, I do really well against other southpaws. I know he has a nice little lead hook that I have as well, and then he's got a nice overhand left that he likes to, land on people. So it's intriguing on who's going to implement their game plan. I know he's much more calculated and patient. I'm much more calculated with forward pressure, and it's just a matter of who's going to, implement their game plan. Will he draw me in and will he draw me in and catch me, or will I get in there and put it on him? That's the question.
It's one of those ones, they say styles make fights. You guys are, like you just said, other than your forward pressure, everything else is pretty similar in style. You just mentioned all of that stuff. You're both you both stand, you're both same stance, both good footwork, both good head movement, both got power. I mean, it's really an intriguing ass fight. We actually asked John Morgan last night on the show what he thought, and he couldn't give us he was like, man, I was looking at that one and I have no idea. Both guys good, really great fighters, and I'm really interested to see how that one plays out. He's like
I said, he's on the rise right now. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. People are seeing him winning. I come off the loss. I just turned 38, so people are going to be like, all right, is Mike getting too old now? Is Mike this? Is this the Mundell's time? It's we're going to cross paths to see if who's the better fighter. When it comes to power, I hear power a lot. Like everyone's got, like he wasn't primarily, if you really dive into deep with his career, he wasn't primarily a knockout fighter nor a knockout winner, nor in BKFC or MMA for that matter. Now he's starting to put his things together. His timing's well, but I've always been someone that knocks people out and put people down. My power is different. It's different than his. I promise him that. But I know he knows that. And he's going to be tough to track down. His footwork's going to be great. His head movement's going to be good. He's solid, because if I do track you down and if I land, it starts messing with your game plan that you had for me.
Mike, I think the word that you're looking for is disgusting, right? Your power is disgusting.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Fucking
You know what I really like about this fight is it is going to put on display high level bare knuckle fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that follows the sport knows, like, it's a newer sport. A lot of the, prelim fights, although the prelim fights are exciting to watch because you never know what the hell's going to happen, you don't see a lot of technique. You don't see you just see people coming in balls to the wall pretty much. And that happens often in the earlier fights. But the further we go, we get these awesome fights like your fight with Mundell coming up. And a lot of people are starting to pay attention, like John Morgan from last night. And you know who he is. He's got a lot of influence in combat sports. So I feel like the more people that get pulled into fights like this and they see it, it'll change their mind about what bare knuckle fighting is all about.
I think what's great about Mundell and I is it is going to be a tactical fight. It's going to be a level of the skill set will be high. It'll be displayed on camera. People will be able to notice, like, these guys are knowing what they're doing, but we're going to still make it exciting. We're going to still put fireworks out there in between our very calculated approach. I just don't foresee us having a boring fight. I feel bad for Palomino and Lily. They're two, calculated guys, and it just, the fans didn't appreciate it and whatnot. It is what it is. You're just never going to have to worry about that with me, because I will get in there. And the difference is when I do land, it switches up the tempo. It switches up the dance, and then things start to change. Whether his game plan will change, I'll dictate the tempo. And it's a matter of, will I dictate the tempo? Can I land on him, either knock him out or put enough power on him to make him really, really contemplate getting inside? Or will he make me hunt him down, chase him down, and then make me pay? He's a good counterpuncher. He has good entry. He's explosive. He does one-shot entries with his overhand left and whatnot. We're very, like I said, our styles are very similar. But I'm just fucking a nasty, powerful motherfucker, and no one like me, and especially when it comes to my body work, I plan to, and I'm sure he's prepared for that. He's got a good team. He's a smart fighter. I'm going to be trying to touch his body and his head. So
Mike, do you pay attention to any of the other so we talked to Lorenzo, we talked to Mundell in the last couple of weeks, and they both said the same thing about you coming back too soon off of a devastating knockout. Does that mean anything to you? I'm like, this dude is a stone. I don't think anything shakes you. And if it's that, if they think that your head might not be in it because you took this loss, I think they're full of shit there. Is any of that does it just go in one ear and out the other for you? I mean, it was 5 months ago. It's not like you fucking lost and you're coming back, 60 days later. It's been since
For sure.
February to July. It's been plenty of time. What are your thoughts on the ones that are saying you're coming back too soon?
It's a reasonable it's a reasonable question. It's a reasonable understanding. Taking a knockout loss like that, it takes some of you, and it was one of those shots. Like I said, it was one of those shots where you don't feel the pain, you don't feel nothing. You stepped into it. There's so much kinetic force and energy that went to that. I just remember coming to and being like, "Fuck, you got me," and because of that, I took a good break. I took months of not sparring, taking contact. I try to be very smart. I don't think my game plan will change. I don't think my game plan will change. I will still go out there and fight the fight that I like to fight. I totally understand. I totally understand why they would think that. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where I got to go in there and prove that my chin didn't reach its expiration date. You know what I mean? And there's fighters that they get up there and a lot of fights, they do reach that expiration date. And I think, his friend being one of them, I think might have been one of those guys that got that.
Yeah. Are you referring to Francisco Ricky?
Yeah.
Yeah. His last two were very, very, very devastating knockouts for him. I'm wondering how he bounces back from the second one. You know what I mean? And what was it like for you to have to take time off? We know you're an animal and you stay training and everything, but to take time off, what were the emotions like after that? Because like we said, you were in complete control of that fight until the fight ended. You know what I'm saying? It was like literally up to the second it ended. It was a 10-8 round for Mike Richman. And then it wasn't. You know what I mean? What were the emotions like in the upcoming weeks after that? Because that must have, been something for you.
Yeah, it was definitely and I got nothing but love. Pat Barry is a good friend of mine. It was definitely my Pat Barry Czech Congo moment,
Yeah.
And hindsight's a bitch. Hindsight's a bitch. You go back and you replay it and you watch it and see all the great things you did, and then you start questioning, all right, should I done that check, that little shovel hook? I want to do a little shovel lead right hook to the straight left. Should I just do the straight left? Should I feint it? Should I see where he was at? You play all these different little scenarios in your head until it eats you up, and then you're like, you know what, it just played out how it played out, because he could have still been dazed and I could have calculated it right, and he still would have been 2 days to throw any type of counter, and I could have followed up with a 3-2 and put him away, but I didn't. It just happened the way it did. You just kind of sit on it for a while. You let Captain Hindsight beat you up a little bit, and go forward.
And you're in the moment, right? So you're in the moment. Albuquerque's going fucking bananas. The roller coaster of emotions that's going on in that arena that you just went up.
Most insane thing.
Like David just went up and beat Goliath, right?
Just an incredible, a roller coaster of emotions. So that crowd, the people, it was insane. It really was the craziest thing I've ever been to.
Camera angle too, and I didn't mean to interrupt, is, the live camera angle of the fight, you don't even see the angle of the punch. You just see me kind of see me go in, and then all of a sudden I fold. So it's just, it was crazy.
But like I'm saying though, like in that moment though, before you got hit, like he had just got put on his ass and he got up and he's against the ropes like this. Obviously your adrenaline is like probably fucking fire on all cylinders. And at that point, you don't even realize that there's only 10 seconds left in the round. You're like, I'm going to finish this fucking guy now and put all the doubters to bed. Everybody's going to keep their fucking mouth shut forever. And like hindsight, like you said, is 2020. If you
You know,
would have coasted out that 10 seconds, who knows what would have happened in the first 20 seconds of the second round. You know what I mean? I'm sure the scenarios played in your head a million times.
sure, I played out to wait it out and wait till the next round, but he's a world champion and he's
Yeah.
a, dude. So, if I were presented that scenario again, I would have went in for the kill again. I would have never waited out to 10 seconds. So I would have went in for the kill again and maybe did a different shot selection or a different setup, but I would have went for it again. And, it just, it sucks. It played out the way it did, but I believe I would have went after it again.
And I think, you know what? I think you will get the rematch at some point, because at first, after that fight, he was very dismissive of ever giving you a rematch. And like, why would I do that? I just proved that he should have never came up to my division. And now here we are 5 months later, and he's actually saying, yeah, if I don't get that heavyweight fight, maybe I'll give the rematch back to Mike Richman. He wants it. So, and I'm like, oh, wow, he's actually entertaining that now after 5 months. So maybe you get that run back, dude.
I think he knows that I think he knows, and David knows, that we put on a big show and a big event and a huge drawing for that card. And it was, the first mega event where it wasn't a former UFC guy or this or that. It was two top BKFC guys going at it. And the rematch would only be a bigger draw. I get through Mundell, obviously, and whatever he has lined up, maybe he does another fight, or maybe we just meet later down the road. The draw would be bigger the second time around, of course. And I think he's a smart man, and he knows he wants to get paid too.
Man, those both times that you've had headlines, your last two fights, they're like 2 of 3 of the biggest cards I think that BKFC's ever put on. Like, that must feel great to be in all these main events and then be able to pack an arena the way that you have done the last couple of times. Like, it's awesome.
No, it definitely feels great. The opportunities that I got right away with this company, was big. Granted, I came in very arrogant. You can ask Shook and Feldman, they probably didn't like hearing from me in the beginning, but, I was very much like, I'll fucking fight anyone. I'll beat anyone, whatever. And then they're like, all right, cool, bet. Fight Marcel Stamp at fucking 180 pounds in his hometown, who just got out fighting for the world title. So, I had to go out there and make it happen, because I could have went out there and, lost, and I probably wouldn't be on this run that I am now. So I got put my feet to the fire, but I went out there and made it happen.
That's a very memorable night for us too, because actually that's the night that we actually met you there.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we ever saw you fight live. First time we ever been to Birmingham. I mean, we met a lot of people. That was a good trip. That was a really, really, really cool trip. Yep. And man, you showed up. It was like, I feel like you didn't break a single bead of sweat off of your forehead in that fight. It was like it started. I don't even know if you took more than 3 breaths. It was like the calmest I've ever seen anybody. So yeah,
I think I told them, and I was ready for that.
Yeah.
So
that was the flinch. That was the flinch one, right? Remember that? You fucking went like this and you didn't even move at all?
Oh, man. I remember that so much. Like, at the weigh-ins, I remember that happening and leaning over to Mike, my Mike, and saying, that Mike. And I go, Richman just won this fight. Like, I thought you had already won the fight at the weigh-ins. When he flinched and you didn't move, I was like, oh, fuck. Marcel Stamps just lost this fight.
The mental.
It's over before it even started. The fucking mental warfare is in full effect right now. Now, before we let you go, dude, we are going to ask a trivia question to those in the audience, because check this out, Mike. We're going to give away 2 tickets to BKFC 47. So somebody in our audience can go see you fight Dave Mundell, Jared Warren fight fucking Josh Dyer, and all those other great fights on it. So let's throw this. Check this question out, Mike. Don't yell out the answer. What was
only answer it if you can make it, please. People who are watching, please do not answer if you can't make it.
Do not answer this if you can't go to this event. We want somebody to answer this and win 2 tickets to Lakeland. What was the originally scheduled main event for the BKFC event at which Mike Richman made his promotional debut? Mike Richman just told you who he fought that night.
Yep.
So who was? Do you remember?
I remember one of the guys. I'm trying to remember who he was.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the originally scheduled main event for the debut event for Mike Richman? Somebody in the comments answer this question. Win to
Zion Tomlinson got it.
Zion Tomlinson. Can you even fucking go? Come on now, man. Let's go.
Tell me, you better get in a car and start driving.
All right. Well, Zion Tomlinson just won it. It is Josh Burns versus Dylan Kleckler. That was the original. Dylan Kleckler fell out of that fight on Tuesday, and Zach Kalmus was originally supposed to fight Frank Tate. Frank Tate moved up to fight Josh Burns, and he got that fucking, I want to say it was like a 4th round TKO. Josh Burns retired on the stool, I believe. That was the unbelievable moment for Frank Tate in Birmingham, Alabama. It was also his hometown, just like Marcel Stamps. You ruined Marcel Stamps' night. Frank Tate had a great night. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, Zion. We'll get you those tickets.
Bring someone there that's never seen BKFC live, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that said, man,
or buy some tickets for Mike and bring a few more people.
Yeah. I won't be able to make it to the event, Mike. It breaks my heart because we usually make it to every one of your events, and every one of them are fucking spectacular. I will be at a military school for a month, and he might make it.
I'm seriously contemplating just going by myself and just doing it all alone.
Yeah, do it.
If my brother can go with me, he offered a hand to help out. So I might be the guy on the mic and the guy with the camera, possibly. So we'll see.
So with that said, we're not going to play no games with you tonight. We know you are busy. You got to get cleaned up and you got to get to the club. Any final words for anybody that's going to be watching July 14th, BKFC 47? What do you got, Mike?
No, I just hope everyone gets the BKFC app, tunes in July 14th. It's going to be not only a great card, but it's going to be a great main event. Big shout out to Lions Not Cheap and OnlyFans. They take care of me really well. And Spearman Rhino Gentlemen's Club is riding with me, as a sponsorship for this fight as well. So, you guys tune in. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Didn't you just have a birthday?
I did last Friday.
Last Friday. Was it a fucking wild night, wild party?
It was just a fun night at the Friday.
Was that a beach party? Was that the beach night?
Yeah, that was a little beach night theme. Yeah, everyone all dressed up in swimsuits and whatnot. It was a good night.
Lines and stuff.
Well, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. Today is my mom's birthday, by the way, and I'd be a fucking asshole if I don't say happy birthday to my mom. 68 years old today. So
happy birthday.
Thanks, Mike, for coming on. Best of luck, July 14th. I can't wait to watch it. I won't be there, but you know what? I'll get to the next one, dude. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
Mike.
it easy, brother.
Later.
There he is, Mike Richman. The number 1 ranked middleweight in the BKFC. I guess that would be in the world, right? Because of the best bare knuckle
in the world.
In the world. So
in the whole world.
The number 1 ranked 175 pounder in the whole world, and he might be the number 1 ranked. I don't know what the 85 rankings look like, but he might be number 1 there too. I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, thank you to Mike Richman for coming on. It's a
he is.
Play with him. Is he number 1 in 185 as well?
Yeah.
Look at that fucking guy. Number 1 ranked middleweight and light heavyweight. Unreal.
Yep.
Just fucking holding it down. Our next fighter has been out of action for 18 months, 19 months, something like that. It's a damn travesty. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on. It is Martyna Krol. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, everybody. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Things considered, it is Friday tomorrow, so the weekend's coming up, and you know what that means.
What?
I get to go to the movie theater with my kid and watch cartoons.
Oh,
paid $40 for it. You see?
Yeah. Well, Martyna, the bully is back. The bully is back. You have not been in the squared circle since January of 2022 when you fought Liebarger, and it has been way too damn long.
Right.
What has taken so long to get Martyna, the bully Krol, back in the BKFC squared circle? Tell us.
I mean, obviously, y'all know I broke my knuckle last fight, and also had a back procedure or whatever. But I don't know what took longer than expected because, I was ready before they even offered me a fight. So we'll see.
You were one of those fighters that made their debut in your division, and it was like, if there was ever a 1-0 fighter that somebody wanted to go straight to the top and fight the top people, it's you. And most of the time people are like, hey, pump the brakes. The fighter's 1-0. Why don't you let them get a couple fights first? But you were stepping into a division that was such a shallow pool of names. After going out there, putting on that display that you put on that night and dominating the way you did, and then yelling, "What's my name? You know my name now." You kind of stole the attention of everybody that was watching. I think it did warrant, like, once your hand was healed up and your back was good to go. I wish we could have gotten you back in there sooner, but we finally do have a fight. So Gabrielle Roman.
Right.
This one comes out of nowhere. Was that a name on your radar at all, or were you just
No. I mean, I was supposed to fight somebody else to begin with. Sarah Click from BYB, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then my manager Kevin, he told me that she hurt her hand or something, so now they have somebody else, and I was this girl now. And then I don't know, last fight she fought was at 145, so I was a little bit confused. But I guess if she can make the weight, then why not? Let's just go.
She's small,
Yeah.
She did take that fight on short notice, and she did fight up. So she is definitely, if you see her in person, she's definitely not a true 145er. That's not a 145er.
Right. That's what I thought too.
Yeah. And she did well against Courtney Cameron. Courtney Cameron's a very tough girl, big girl, tough girl. I mean, Courtney Cameron could have been somebody that would have been a nice match for you too, actually. So
no, at 145, I'm not gonna fight at 145. That's stupid.
No, I don't think.
I want to stay in the rankings, so that would be stupid to do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was gonna say, like, she rolled into the hotel like 2 nights before the fight, all alone. She just showed up at the hotel all alone and took that fight at like a higher weight, and she was like super cool, chill, like just walked in like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I can't, like, when people do things like that, it's, to me, it's like, I think that those people deserve major props, and I'm glad that the company saw that. And, I actually think it wasn't bad that they ended up in a draw, but she could have won that fight on that short notice. And even if she lost, she deserved to get another fight. So I'm glad that they are putting her in a fight against you. It gets you in the ring. It gives her an actual shot to prepare for a fight instead of jumping in on short notice. I stumbled across a post from a long time ago. It was like BKFC 20 or something like that. And Gabrielle Roman was supposed to fight, who was it, Kyle?
Marina Kaufman.
Yeah, Marina Kaufman, BKFC 20. Like, holy shit, that was
47 events ago. I know, 27
events ago, and she never fought until Denver. That's wild.
Shit is wild. Yeah, but Martyna, you've had all this time to train and heal up. Are you still training with Mr. Joe Elmore?
As far as right now, not in the moment.
Where are you doing your training out of right now?
I'm training at different gyms, going around, getting the training I need. I do have a little team, but I still go around and just train at different gyms and cross train. Just like last time I told you guys, I think cross training is very important. So I haven't changed my mind about that still. So
you're in Georgia? You're in Atlanta still? Or
yeah.
You're in a different area? Okay.
No, still in Atlanta.
So just around that area.
Right. Like I will travel like 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just depends. I don't care about driving as long as I get the work in. So
yeah.
I mean, all that time off must have absolutely sucked for you, because I know that I know that you were like a hot commodity, right? In like different management groups were trying to snag you up, and like
Right.
you were with Kevin at the beginning, and then I don't know if you like took a break from Kevin, and like, but you're back now,
I did a little bit because I wasn't happy,
and now you're
and
back.
but I'm back now because we spoke, and I mean, I hope it will work out now. So
Yeah, they got quite the little conglomerate going with him and Jackson Wink now. So they seem to be taking care of their fighters really well, and it seems like every single week they got 4 or 5 fighters on fight cards
right,
somewhere. So
which is
when
good
it
for them
comes,
too.
yeah, when it comes to keeping their fighters busy now, it seems like they're doing a very great job at that. And if someone like you that just came off of a 18, 19 month break,
Break.
you go out there, you get through Gabrielle Roman, I would imagine they are right back on the horse and trying to get you back in there as long, given you don't take any damage or anything like that and your hands stay
Yeah.
healthy. Is that something? I mean, obviously I would think that after such a long break, you want to stay busy, right? You want to be busy and get,
Absolutely. I just wanted to make it like my main like job, like just like I was doing in Thailand before. It took too long because I was injured, but like I believe like once I'm done with this, hopefully I'm not too injured or whatever, so I can jump on the Atlanta card in October like they promised me. So that's what I'm looking forward to for sure, because that's
say
my
you
hometown.
yeah. So say you go out there and you move to 2-0. How and we don't try to push everybody to a title fight right away, but like we said, the options are very limited at 125-pound women's division. Do you see yourself, 1 or 2 fights away from possible title talks?
I think I do, and I think she does too.
She does too.
I mean, like it will be a good matchup eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're talking about Christine.
Right, the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We heard that Christine might have been offered you. Is that true? Was there ever talk?
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
it was a while back. But then I spoke with Kevin. That was before I broke the contract with him. But we spoke, and he said like, I think you should have another fight before, just cause you just had one fight. And I was like, I agree with you. That's
Yeah.
like kind of makes sense,
I
So
think that's pretty sound advice for sure. Because Christine Faria, like we all
she's
know.
very experienced. She's very strong. She's very skilled. So yeah, let's be honest. And she's got a lot of BKFC fights. So.
Yeah. And there's a couple girls out there now that are very interesting fights for you. Like when you get past her, I would love to see a Christine Vicene.
Wong.
Mike, say the name right. Vicens?
Vicens? Is that how you say it?
Vicens.
Christine Vicens?
Christine Vicens or Jade Masan Wong just won her fight. That Jade would be a good one.
Yep.
So there are options out there for you right now. So
There's a lot of options. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like Vicens, Rawlings, Wong.
Jade. Oh, Rawlings would be a fun one.
Yeah. So that's like the top 4 or whatever that are waiting there. So I think after this fight, you got to fight one of those. Probably 5-1 there, one of those, and then the champ is probably next, because we all know that she's basically beat just about everyone. I mean, except Wong and Vicens.
She doesn't have many options right now in this division.
Right. There's three names she could go, and it's right now it's probably going to be Vicens or Wong, and then you are right there. So I would see them fighting right after you at some point, probably against each other, and then maybe you fight the winner of that fight and the winner of that fight. Who knows? Because then that still leaves so much time for what's Christine doing that whole time. You got two fights or something. It is a tough division.
Yeah. We're excited to see you back in there. What's training been like? What you said you've been moving around and you have a team, but you've been moving around and training different places.
I mean, I always cross train because I think it's important. I have different teammates in different places. I go around and spar and train with other people. Like, I have a main gym, but at the same time, I go around and train with other people.
You sparring a lot of guys?
I only spar guys.
There you go. That's what Christine says too.
Yeah,
She's
that's
she
exactly
never
Yeah,
slows
there's
them.
no woman out there for real though. Like, not even joking. Like, there's barely any, and if they just never want to really train, even if you ask them. So you know what I mean? It's like not worth it. So whatever. I'm not
Well,
gonna chase him.
we know Martina's ready to fight. She was ready to fight everybody down in Greenville, South Carolina when we were down there. We had a good time. Yeah, I know. Hey, we let's just leave it at that. We had a
Yeah.
great
Please don't hurt me anymore.
Yeah, we had a great time with Martina down there.
Martina, I was pissing blood for like 2 weeks after that. I can't believe what you did to me. Oh my God. I think I still got bruising.
She's practicing her hooks on Mike's kidneys.
Oh,
hey,
you know.
we're all friends. You could say it. Unbelievable to see you finally back in there. We hope, that you put the jab back on display again. But, everyone always just talks about the jab.
Exactly.
But we want to see the rest of the package this time. We want to see you go out there, unleash whatever you've been working on.
Unleash the beast.
Unleash the bully.
Yep.
And get back in there. And if you get the win, right back in there again. And if it's October in Atlanta, I'm fucking there for sure. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we're gonna give you three quick questions real quick, because last time we talked to you was a year and a half ago, and people forget who you are, and we want a little bit of your personality. So tell me this: what is something that broke people always have money for? What do you got? Cigarettes. Oh, it's a fucking great answer, dude. Smart. That was quick too. Number 2.
If you were going to get a tattoo right this second, what would you get?
Are you kidding me? That's a crazy question.
Yeah. Good thing we're not making you get one right now. We're actually, someone's at your door. Go answer the door. Yeah.
No, I have no idea. No idea.
All right. We'll just call
tattoo, like
teardrop.
Probably like some like
every time you beat somebody, you get a tattoo, right? Like, some people you lost, some people you killed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Stay
you
away from the
doing.
teardrop tattoos, Martina.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Every time
no
you knock somebody out, you get a
for
teardrop
sure.
tattoo.
Listen, the correct answer to that was the Mike and Mish show logo on your shoulder.
Yep.
And that is the right one. And the last question for you:
Mission accomplish show, and then here Planet Hank. Just kidding.
That is what you want.
If that's what you want. All right, last one. What is something that you truly love to do outside of the world of fighting?
I love to be in nature, and I love horses and horse riding.
Okay. I think we did know about the horse
riding.
We
did talk to you about horse riding.
Yeah.
Do you still
I haven't been
do
riding for a while, but I still ride. Yeah.
You still do that. That's crazy.
You have a horse here?
No, I lease a horse, but I don't have one. Yeah.
Well, welcome back. It's been too long. The fans are in for a treat that night. Gabrielle Roman is a very tough girl, and I can't wait for the performance that you guys are going to put on. Take a second, say some final words, and we'll let you get out of here.
I just want to say hi to my family, my sister and my mom for sure, and everybody who supports me and has my back in this camp. And I'm just ready to go and see what happens. Let's go. And
there you go.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thanks for coming back on, Martina, and we'll see you soon. All right. Mike, you got anything else for her?
Hopefully I'll be around for the fight. I want to see that live.
I really hope so too.
Gotta be there.
Gotta be there. We're gonna work on getting Mike there. I won't be able to get there, but Mike's gonna be there. All right. Thanks, Martina. We'll see you soon.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
Bye.
You guys all better be following Martina on her social medias. They've been going across the bottom there. Marty the Party 94 on Instagram and Martyna Krol on Facebook. She's awesome. I can't wait to see her back in the squared circle. It's going to be unbelievable to see her finally back after 19 months. Crazy.
God, January 2020.
Yeah,
right?
2022.
God damn, man.
Fucking wild. Hey, our next guest is a goddamn OG.
Yeah.
He's a goddamn OG, and he's a
Oh.
motherfucking animal. So here he is. He's coming back, and he's fighting fucking Royal Ryan Reber
Yeah.
in a exciting 135 fight. I cannot believe that this matchup was made. I love it. I think I asked Travis last time we talked to him, what about a fight with maybe Ryan Reber? And he was like, Ryan's my boy. But,
Yeah.
you know, if I got to fight him, I'll fight my friend. I'll fight anyone.
Yep.
He ain't bullshitting. The John Wick of BKFC. Here he is, Travis Thompson. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Doing great, man.
Dude, it's awesome to see you getting back in there once again, man. You know,
I love this shit.
Yeah, you sure do. You're a fucking animal. And the last time we saw you was in Virginia, I think, when you
yeah, well, you saw me at the show, but the
Yeah.
last time you saw me in action was November, same time as Reber.
Yep.
We did the Orlando card.
That was the Jack Grady David Feldman fight, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was that night.
He lost that fight too.
He lost 2 fights that night.
So you're very like what would you say, like tinny, like you're almost like you're talking through like a cup or something. You know?
Is it because of these guys?
Yeah, probably.
AirPods?
It might
Can I
be.
take them off?
Yeah. Try to take it off. It'll probably be better. To be honest, as soon as they disconnect it might be better. That's okay.
So
hold on.
There we go. You hear me now?
yeah,
Yes.
much better.
Much better. Yep.
All right, cool.
Hey, do you remember me asking you that question though? Like, I know you fought back in was that Orlando?
Yeah, it was Orlando's November.
Yeah, that was Orlando. So you fought in Orlando, but then we ran into you in Virginia, down in Norfolk, Virginia,
Looking like a damn stud.
looking like a fucking like
Yeah.
John Wick over there, like looking like a fucking pimp.
Yeah, I got
Um,
a picture of this.
So Nate Shook actually had a good one. He said, "Homeless John Wick." I was like, "Fuck you, dude." I was looking good. I don't know what
That's
he's
not
talking
nice.
about.
That's not
yeah, that was a cheap shot by him. He knows that you were looking good in that suit that night. The hair was down, it was straight. You were looking like you were ready for business though. And we asked you that night. I remember talking to you that night and asking you when we're going to see you back in there. You said you're ready whenever. I mentioned a few people, and I mentioned Ryan Reber that night, and you said, I like Ryan. We trained. You did some training together, right?
Yeah, he's my boy, he's my buddy. But you got to realize we're both at that level that it's. I mean, here's the gist of it. I didn't really want the fight, but it's either take the fight with Ryan or you're not fighting for more time off. Like, what am I going to be sitting for another couple of months? I'm 40 years old. I don't want to sit. You know what I mean? I'm 40 now. I don't have time to sit. I want to be as active as I can. This name came up. I reached out to Ryan as soon as it came up because I'm not the type of guy. He's my boy. I'm not the type of guy that's going to just fucking do shit behind someone's back and then all of a sudden it's going to blow up in his face. As soon as I got the call about it, talked with Dave about it, I immediately talked to him, let him know what's going on, see if he heard anything. The whole thing that sucked was that we were like, I guess they were thinking that I was holding out. I wasn't holding out. I had to get my contract right. And I wasn't going to sign a contract that was bullshit until they gave me the contract that they owe me.
Ryan's an exciting fighter, and he comes from a boxing background, and you guys are sized a little different, but I think you both have, not to steal a name from fucking Reggie Barnett, but you both have educated hands in the world of boxing, and I think that it is going to be an exciting fight between the two of you. He's a little lengthy for you, but length has never been a problem for you, right?
I'd rather someone be taller than me than be shorter than me. But here's the thing, people downgrade and downplay my boxing. Okay, I'm not saying nothing. Ryan's good and all. He's younger than me and all that shit. How many pro boxing bouts does he have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
One.
One. I have over 20, and then this will be my 10th bare knuckle fight. So what a lot of motherfuckers are sleeping on is the fact that I got a lot of fucking skill. I got a lot of experience, and the thing is I got a lot of fucking will and determination. I'm the closest fucking thing to Rocky that you guys will ever fucking see. I put my body, my mind, everything through hell to get ready for this fight. I only had a 3-week camp, so you better believe every fucking day I'm doing 2-a-days, and I'm trying to kill myself every fucking day. Even Keith Thurman. Keith was like, dude, you got to chill the fuck out, dude. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah,
I was just going to bring him up. I was just going to ask you about Keith Thurman. Are you
actually at his house yesterday? I was doing stuff with him at his place. He has a high altitude like exercise bike. So you hook up the mask on it and you do the high altitude. I was like, dude, you're not going to hurt me. Don't worry about it. He's like, all right, cool. So we did rounds. After the first round, I thought I was going to die. But believe it or not, after that first round, that was it. I was fine. From there on out, I did all 10 rounds, no problem.
Wow.
You came out of that. You probably came out of the gym looking like this, right? Look at him. Yeah. After all that, you walked right out looking like this. This is him after all that training. I swear to God.
Right. I was like, yo, Keith, give me my suit out of the car.
Look
at this. There's you with Big Ben. Look at that.
Oh, look at this guy, Big Ben.
You got the chain on and everything.
Yep, that's sitting in my car right now.
I think that's you.
My car too.
I think Ben has your truck keys in his pocket in that photo.
That motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, so I just pulled up the rankings, and the rankings have adjusted. You are now sitting at number 2, man. This is it. Like, you moved up to number 2, and Reber went from 5 to 4. So this is number 2 versus number 4. I would imagine. I would imagine at 40 years old, this is your run for a title here.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. And here's the thing. I mean, I even told Ryan this. I was like, dude, like, this is a fight that has to be made because, I mean, it's my run. I got to get a title. That's got to be it. So they're not going to put me up for title next fight. I have to take someone in the top 5. That's who they offered. So I was like, whatever. I called, like I said, I called Ryan right away, let him know. I was like, dude, if you want to do it, we'll do it. But I want to know that you want to do it. And he's like, yeah, I'm down. We'll do it. So then we got it done.
Beautiful. Yeah. I actually, talked to Ryan's mom, right? Messaging with her. She lives around where we work, right? In Connecticut.
Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right
and
us,
so we were chatting a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, New London, and we work in Groton. She does. So we were chatting about it, and she was like, man, they're friends. They're fighting. And I was like, you want to know what? That happens more often than you think. Like, a lot of the fighters actually are friendly behind the scenes. And some of them are really close friends, too, that fight each other.
I'm really not. Like, you guys, like, I can be a real jerk off. But
no, get out of here.
Come on.
Believe it or not, I'm probably one of the realest people you'll ever have on your show. I'm probably the realest person in bare knuckle. I'll tell you you're a piece of shit right to your face, and what are you gonna do about it?
I love your attitude, to be honest.
That's there's no guessing. That's the way I've always lived. If you have a question, you want to know anything, I'll tell you straight up. I think you suck, or I think you're good. I tell them right up front. Ryan's my man. I told that right from the get-go. It's a great fight for both of us.
Yeah, but you know what? You have both sides of that spectrum, though, because yes, you can do that, and you want to know what? I think I like it, and Kyle like it. It's because it's funny, right? It's funny when you fucking just blast somebody with the truth, and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting that." But on the other hand, though, you can be the nicest guy, and maybe you don't want that to be out in the public, but people. Listen up. He's a nice guy.
So shut the fuck up, Mike.
He is a father, and he is a family man, and he is you are a very nice guy. So like you have that both sides. You're fair.
It is. And that's what people don't understand. Like, a lot of my customers, like, I have a landscape company, they're like, I've never seen or heard you ever talk like that before. I said, I'm a different person. You gotta understand. When you put me in the ring or you get me talking about fighting, I switch. I flip the switch just like that, and then the animal. You don't want to meet the animal out on the road. You don't want to meet the animal in the ring. But I'm cool, calm, cool, and collected outside of it until you start talking shit or you try to stand your ground in front of me. It ain't happening.
They see Travis every other week doing their lawn, or every week coming in, doing some cleanups and stuff. And he's like, all right, Miss Smith, I'll be back next week to put the fertilizer down. And then hey, I saw you talking shit to somebody and punching them in the face the other day on TV.
Yeah. Like, what I usually say is, do me a favor, don't ever listen to any of my interviews, because they're never really nice.
Yeah, you don't want training camp Travis. You know what I mean? Training camp Travis is an asshole.
That's why my wife, like, she, I'm upset because my son's favorite holiday is the 4th of July. He's Mr. like Patriot, man. He loves it. And then his birthday is July 12th. So I'm missing both his holiday and also his birthday. And that kills me, And he's a good kid. He's like, Dad, don't worry about it. We'll watch you on TV. I'm like, I appreciate that, but I want to see my son. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what I do though, like I'm like kind of a head case. So what I do is I envision Ryan's the reason why I'm doing this. So you're the reason why I'm missing my son. That's what I do. I do that to myself, psychological. So that way I can put myself through more training and push the envelope every single time. Every time I train, push harder, do more, do better every time.
Dude, talk a little more about Keith Thurman. Like, what's it? I mean, that's a very valuable commodity to have in a training camp. That is a wealth of knowledge. It must be insane training with him, and talk a little bit about just hanging out with him outside of training. What's it like with
he's the nicest guy. He's the nicest guy, man. He treats you like he's treated me like he's known me forever. I'm hanging out with his wife and his kids. It's great. He's a great down-to-earth guy. He just left the other day. He went to North Carolina for a little bit for meditation. Like, he takes his stuff seriously, man. He's always meditating, doing all that stuff. So he's helping me out a lot with like the nutrition part, training, losing the weight. And he also just gives me his little pointers. I don't want to get into it all, but he gives me a lot of pointers that helps out with the sparring and my training, so we can, get through Reber.
Oh, I would imagine he's got a lot of little tips and tricks that most boxers wouldn't know. When you make it to a level that he's made it to,
world champ. I mean,
right.
It's because like I'm training side by side with him. He's like, I know you're older than me, but how old are you? I was like, I'm fucking 40. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, yeah, why? He's like, I can't fucking believe that. He's like, dude, you're right there with me doing everything. You're 40 fucking years old. I was like, I don't know any other way. I don't know how to stop. I don't want to stop. Because you know what happens? You stop doing something, you get idle. I don't like. That's why I had to take this shot, this fight with Reber. I don't want to sit on the sideline. I want to get idle. I want to stay fighting.
And it's not like it's a chump opponent either. It's like, not only that you had to take this fight, one, to stay active, but two, he's ranked number 4. You guys are both top 5ers, and whoever wins this could be knocking on fucking Reggie Barnett's door. So, this is a great matchup for you. One, to keep you back in there, and two, to get you a shot at a title, because you don't have a fucking million years left in your career. Although 40 is not that old anymore. And in this sport, the guys,
I know what I can. I know my body's still willing. It's still able. And I push my body to the breaking point every single day. I try. I'm like, well, you know what? You did 100 yesterday. Let's see if we can do 101 today. Like, I always do that. And I'm not going to stop doing that, because when you settle for doing 100, then all of a sudden it's going to be 99. It's going to be 98. And when that shit starts happening, then we know it's time to get out. But that shit ain't even close to happening yet. I always keep going forward. You never move backwards.
Yeah, we tell people that.
That's also, if you watch me fight, I don't ever move backwards. I always go forwards. So Mr. Diaz was Mr. Pressure, right? What happened? I went forward the entire time. You don't see me backing up. That's the same thing that's going to happen with Reber. I'm pressure, man. Pressure breaks pipes. That's what's going to happen.
That fight was awesome against Diaz. And going back to what you said about not training at 100, training at then it's 90. when we do the PT test, right, for the military,
Yep.
you have, sure, you can shoot for the stars and you can try to max out every one of the events that you have to pass, but you only have to get 60% in the old test, right, to win. So people start pushing for 60%. Next thing you know, they're hitting 58 and they're failing. And they're like, oh, it's like, well, don't shoot for the bottom.
No,
you know what I mean? That's
you keep going. You keep going until you can't stop. That's what people don't know how to do that anymore. See, that's the way I grew up. I was a little fucker. I've always been a little fucker my entire life, you know. I've always had a big mouth. It always got me in trouble, but I was always there to stand around. So when I see some dude that's 6 foot tall doing some shit, you better believe I'm doing the same shit. And I would do it just as good, if not better, because I don't quit. I don't know how. I try to teach it.
They call it maxing the minimums in the military. For those fucking schmucks that don't want to try for the top scores no more, they just want to do just enough to get by. Yep. Those are the ones, like Mike said, that end up flagged and stuck in a rut.
New military that we have. We got the guys that want to just
max the minimum,
sit around. Bullshit. That's what I say. We're sending them to Travis Thompson. That's it. That's what I'm telling them. So they start training more.
Right,
Travis.
Yeah,
dude, we love your style. We love your drive and your attitude. And every young fighter that's coming up should fucking take a page out of your book. Yep. And go fucking balls to the wall. Have you been able to get on the golf course at all this summer, or has it been all business?
Oh, dude, back home I have been, but no, not while I'm here. While I'm here, all I'm here for is to be ready to kick the shit out of Reber.
There it is.
All I do day in, day out. I train. I come back to the Airbnb, get a bite to eat, sleep. That's it. Train and rest. Train, eat, and rest. That's all I do every single day.
Train, eat, rest. Yep. Well, everybody better be tuned in July 14th on this absolutely fucking balls to the wall stacked card. Unbelievable card. Like the fact that you guys are on this card, like when we heard about the main event and the co-main event, we were excited. Then we heard about Brandon Allen and Seth Schaefer. We're like, holy shit. Then we're like, Ryan Reber's fucking fighting Travis Thompson. What? Martyna Krol's on this?
That's the one thing that kind of bothers me. I mean, this is my 10th fight. This is his 4th fight. I think I should be a little higher than like 4th on the fucking card. You know, that's kind of a kick in my ass, which kind of pisses me the fuck off.
Well, I think you need to talk to. I mean, that's strike 2. Nate called you a homeless John Wick, and now he's putting you 4 fights down on the card.
It's pretty unacceptable, actually.
Yeah, but that's fine. All it does is give me a push. All it does is, they treat me like. Well, I don't want to say they treat me like that, but they know how to fucking make me feel like I'm a nobody, nothing shit, and all it does is give me more drive. And Ryan's my man, but I'm going through you, bro. Because I'm putting all that fucking pain, anguish, missing out family time. I'm going through you because of it. I use that for fucking motivation.
Think about it like.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but the way that the fights are lined up is there is an actual championship bout in the main event. Then you have then you have a title fight. So technically, by the way that you're supposed to do it, it is lined up correctly.
Yeah, but the second one's a prelim, and I was cool with that. I would have been fine with being Coco. I would have been fine with the Coco main event. But then Brandon Davis and Seth Schaefer, you're giving Seth Schaefer too much respect by taking the dude that came from BYB, and you're automatically making him a fucking Coco main event.
Yeah, title contender, basically. They're doing like a title eliminator.
You should not be shit coming into my business. You're nobody. And
a lot of people agree with that.
I'm not trying to put him down. I'm not trying to put down, Brandon down. They're both great guys, but it's a chip on my shoulder, okay? So when I see other motherfuckers coming in there and they get put ahead of me, no. People tune in to watch fucking real fights. That's where you're going to get when I get on the show. How many times have I been on the fucking TV? It's either fight of the night, knockout of the night. I always put on a fucking, premiere that people want to fucking tune in and watch. That's what's going to happen again. This fight, July 14th, I'm fucking bringing it.
And then they'll have you and Jihad battle for best dressed of the night too. You both are gonna be there again, and now I have to go. Now I might have to wear a suit too myself,
dude. Well, you know what, dude? You are absolutely fired up like you always are. You got yourself your fight on the card where you're not happy, but you know what? You win this one, it could very well land you in a main event for a title shot next. So hopefully we'll see how this goes. I can't wait to watch the fight on July 14th. BKFC 47, Travis Thompson, Royal Ryan Reber. Dude, 3 questions for you. Outside of fighting, what is your weirdest food combination that you enjoy eating? And you probably aren't eating a lot of food right now. So
right now it's just salmon. That's what I like eating salmon. Good for you. But I mean, I love salmon. My favorite's probably going to like Sullivan's Steakhouse. Get a nice filet mignon. I love that.
Do
that weird?
No, there's nothing weird about that. But you know, mustard on watermelon. That's a fucking weird combo.
No, fuck it. Weird combinations. I have no weird combinations.
Nothing weird about Travis.
All right, number 2.
If you could ask your future self one question, what would it be?
What the fuck were you thinking?
Getting punched in the face for a living. I love it.
No, that's life in general. What the fuck were you thinking?
I don't think.
Come on, you gotta love your life, dude. Come on, you got a good life.
I enjoy it.
You got a good business, you got a good fun second job, and you got you got your
beautiful family. Yep.
Great friends to everybody. And I get to be on guys. I to be honest with you, I love doing all the bare knuckle shit. I love everybody involved. It's a great time.
Last question for you, Travis. What is something that you do that makes you say to yourself, damn, I'm becoming my parents?
I don't fucking know. I'm nothing like
You ever yell at your kids and you say something to them and you're like, son of a bitch. That's what my dad used to say.
No, my dad didn't talk too much to me. I got my ass kicked. I didn't talk to my dad. We didn't talk. We still don't talk.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Well, hey.
That was a bad question. Shame on me for making that question.
Stupid question, Mike.
Yeah.
You should punt.
Travis,
when you
here's the thing, who I am.
Yeah, we didn't know that about you, and now we know. And now we know that when you see Mike July 14th down in fucking Lakeland, you could punch him right in his fucking stomach and make him throw up.
No, dude, it made me who I am. That's why I am.
Yeah.
If I was treated the way my kids are, I'd probably be soft.
Hey, you know what? But hey,
Hey, it made you the person that you are today, and everybody loves the person that you are today. Whether it be happy, nice Travis or fucking dialed in angry Travis, everybody loves you, and everyone's a fan of you. And the BKFC, you're an OG. You've been around since the beginning. Any last words you have to say to anybody that's watching?
Hold on. You want to know how much people love you? Mercy Jones is in the comments right now, and she hates our guts, and she's watching the show because she loves you that much. So there you go. I mean, bringing people together, Travis.
Mercy. I want to thank all the sponsors, everyone that's reached out to help me put this camp together. All my friends and family are behind me for my last run. I mean, dude, I got to do it now. You know, we got to get it in. We got to get that belt. We got to get this done. I want to thank everybody that supported me the entire time. We're making something. I'm the animal for a reason. It's going to come and show on July 14th when I put Royal Ryan Reber the fuck down.
I love it, man. It's a great matchup for you, and it's a great card to be on for sure. That card is fucking stacked from the start to the finish. Wish I could be there. Mike will be there. Mike, thank you very much for coming on the show as always. Even though we're like some hoe ass snitches, according to somebody in the comments. Yeah, you know what? Hey, when you get off the show tonight, it would be awesome if she got off the show as well. But anyways, Travis. I don't know. She's always crazy, and you know, she's always crazy.
Hey, enough of that. Hey, man.
Enough of that
on the show.
Go ahead, Mike.
We love you, man.
Take it easy, dude.
Guys, have a good one.
All right, later. You know, Mike. You know, it's fucking crazy. It is crazy.
It is crazy.
But you know what?
Imagine having people that don't like you because you report on bare knuckle fighting. That is all that we did. And hey,
it's all we do. I mean, it is what it is.
That's it. Hey, more and more people are mad at us nowadays, so I feel like we're doing something right?
Right. Well, you know who's not mad at us? This next guy who's coming on the show, Josh D-Day. He's going to be fighting Jared Warren for the second time, but this time around, there's going to be gold on the line. The interim light heavyweight belt is on the line July 14th in the co-main event. Josh D-Day Dyer.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yo,
what's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, not a whole lot. Just chilling in the backyard over here.
Oh, you got that little playscape out there.
Yeah, we just put that up like 2 weeks ago. Kids are loving it.
Oh my God, I gotta do that. I have to do it.
How many kids do you have? You got a couple?
Dude,
kids?
I got 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah.
They're going to be all over that shit. I hope it's
Dude, they are.
Yeah.
They'd be on it right now, but I had to put them to bed. They go crazy. They'll stay up till midnight playing on this thing if I don't put them to bed.
Yeah, I could just imagine. Oh my God.
Josh, you're back, man.
Got to do it.
Back to back. I lead the pack. I'm back again. It's time to show them how it's done.
You know, familiar foe. You are fighting Jared Warren again, and after a disappointing no contest in your last one against Joe Riggs, after taking out Dakota Cochran, you fight Joe Riggs. That's back to back big name veterans in the game of bare knuckle. It would have been nice to get that W against Joe Riggs. I know you were probably disappointed with the no contest, but it hasn't slowed you up because your very next fight now is for an interim title. Were you surprised that your next fight had a belt on the line?
I was a little surprised. Yeah. With Lorenzo and Richman, man, I was like, geez, these guys are probably going to be dueling it out for a little bit. But when they both pretty much vacated the division, I was like, holy shit, that kind of like puts me in the top again. I was like, that works for me. I'll take it.
Wild how that works, right?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That was a crazy fight. I was like, damn. Yeah. Hunt went down and everybody was like, we all had money on the line. Hunt goes down. Everybody's all like, fuck, we're about to lose all our money. I'm like, don't stress, dude. Lorenzo just needs one. And then he got up and he freaking landed it. And I was like, told you. Told you. That guy hits hard.
Yeah. We just had Mike Richman on to start the show tonight. And it is so crazy because like we talked about it with Mike. We talked about it with Lorenzo. Mike was winning the entire round up until he didn't win the round. You know what I mean? It was such a wild fucking state of affairs in that building. The emotions in that building were fucking crazy. And that 10-second, 15-second period from when Lorenzo went down, took the 8 count, and then Mike went down was the wildest 15 seconds of my life, I think.
It was insane.
It was just fucking insane. I couldn't believe what the hell we were seeing in Albuquerque.
I know. I was like, that was why we watched bare knuckle. I'm like, when you got that horsepower in reserve, man, it's like shit, only takes one.
And you're familiar with it, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Lorenzo was the only dude that's ever put me down in my life. Like I've never been dropped in 30 fights except for when Lorenzo touched me. So I was just like, holy shit, man.
Lorenzo showed us his hands up against the camera on this show, and I swear to fucking God, I counted 7 knuckles in his hand.
Did you see my face print in his hands? I'm pretty sure that's still there.
That was the fight where you finally said to yourself, like, I've really got to get my eyes get surgery done?
Yeah, that was the one.
You had a lot of issues during that fight.
Yeah, I've been fighting with contacts my whole career, and I've lost them probably maybe 5 times out of my 30 fights, and each time I was able to secure a win, except for with Lorenzo. And I was like, fuck, there's nothing I can do. Every time I get touched, I'm losing something. And yeah, I don't want to use that as an excuse, but fuck, man.
Right. But
that dude doesn't need it. Yeah, he doesn't need any extra help to get a win. But yeah, that was the one where as soon as I was done with that fight, I went and scheduled the appointment, got the LASIK, and called it good.
Speaking about that event, we actually asked a question earlier because we had Mike Richman on. That was that same exact event. And I actually have a picture, which we have brought up in the past, and you've seen it. And it's a very good picture of you and one Zach Kalmus. Look at this. Oh. How about that? That's when we first met both of you. We met Mike
that was the day.
That was the day we realized that you look like Frank Dukes and he looks like Ray Jackson, Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Yep, that was us, man.
Yeah,
We're the stunt doubles.
that image is straight out of Bloodsport, dude. It's so funny. You know, the BKFC should like remake a photo from Bloodsport with you two in there as a marketing fucking tool, man.
Hey, we could pull it off, man. That guy's got some high energy. Like, he's fun to watch. Yeah, ripping his shirt off.
That was his Undertaker night. The next
night,
you know, remember when he fought Bobo and he got knocked down and he would get up, like you thought he was done, but he just kept getting back up.
Yeah,
I thought he was dead, but nope, he's not dead.
Yeah, that's entertaining.
That shit was so crazy. That fight, if you remember, you were in the back, but if you could hear the crowd back there,
I did. I was stressing out, man. Just listening to that fight, I was like, God damn! I'm like, my adrenaline was pumping so much, it was getting me kind of freaked out. You know, I wasn't stressing too much for Lorenzo, but the way that fight was going was just ramping me up. I was like, fuck, I need to chill out a little bit, because I'm like, this is too much noise going on right now.
Yeah. That place went ballistic when they fought, because it was very like just chill. It was very chill atmosphere at first, but when they fought, that lifted that crowd up that night, and it was like bonkers. That place exploded from that.
Yeah, they were rocking the back room. I could hear that shit. I was like, wow. I'm like, this is kind of scary. Like in the back, listening to that, I was like, great. I got to follow that up.
That was the one that like that night in most events that we go to. The crowd's pretty into it from the jump, but that was like during the pandemic, and they only put in a certain number of people in that arena. It was quiet in that arena up until Bobo and Zach fought.
Yep.
And they fucking lit that place on fire, and it was loud for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Like, I think you guys all fucking owe them a big thing.
they definitely lit a fire under everyone's.
They lit a fire under.
Yeah, dude. I was trying to stay chill, man. I'm like, I got to bring the adrenaline back down. I haven't even walked out yet.
It was crazy. Now, dude, you're fighting Jared Warren again. Now, we talked to Jared Warren last week. I don't know if you saw the interview with him, but he told us something that we did not know about him the last time. Look at your fucking eyes, you crazy son of a bitch.
Dude, they always pick the fucking picture where I just cut 30 pounds of water weight and I look like I'm fucking dehydrated. I'm just like, guys, you know, there's other pictures you could pick.
Let's do this one.
I took like 60 pictures. Like, you could pick one where I don't look like a psychopath.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? You sure got the crazy eyes in that photo. But Jared told us last week that when he fought you the first time, and I don't know if he was I don't know, and he said he wasn't making an excuse for the time that he lost against you, but he said he wasn't with a team, he wasn't training with a team, he was kind of training himself at the time. What have your thoughts been about Jared Warren since you guys fought, and since he's gotten with Shift MMA? He's been kind of rolling and looking really good, and he's fought pretty much everybody he's fought. He's looked fantastic against. Even the one that he lost against Isaac Doolittle was a very tight fight out in Wichita. So you know, that one could have gone either way on the judges' cards, and if that would have went in his direction, you know, he's on a 5-fight win streak at that point. Thoughts on Jared and how he's looked since moving the Shift MMA and actually training with a team?
Dude, Jared's shit, I thought he looked pretty decent even when we fought. Nah, he's been improving steady since that fight. Watching him get more confident in the pocket. I mean, normally he's trying to be lengthy, you know, and like stay away. Now he's getting in there and just hanging, man, just smashing. He's so strong, that strong southpaw stance. So he's hopping in there and just hanging in and just beating the fuck out of dudes. He's won me some money. I'll be straight up. I've freaking bet on that dude quite a few times. But yeah, now he's looking real fresh. It's gonna be a fight, you know. It's gonna be a battle of willpower, you know. Like, his skills are looking good, my skills are looking good, his jaw's looking good, my jaw's looking good, his fucking left cross is looking amazing, my right cross is looking amazing. I feel it's probably gonna be like a mirror image of each other. So we're gonna see whose willpower breaks first.
And now, when did you fight Joe Riggs? When was that fight? That was back in September. So, man, so it's been a minute. I didn't realize it was that long ago. So what's that? Fucking 10 months ago?
Fuck yeah, dude! Taking forever to get me a fight.
Shit,
I thought Bare Knuckles was done with me, bro. I was like messaging Nate. I'm like, hey man, I'm like, I'm just chilling here. I've said yes to every fucking fight, you know. I'm like, I haven't taken one easy fight yet.
How close were you to breaking out the spandex pants and heading over to Ken Shamrock?
Shit, bro. They've been messaging me for like a year. You know,
Really?
I don't even. Yeah, I don't take those guys too seriously. They are a good promotion, but they've got to get a lot of things in order. You know, they're not as organized, so it's kind of risky taking a fight with them instead of a fight over here, just because they, you know, their shows are falling through. You know, they're having a couple of issues. You know, overseas, like their payment processors and all that. People are jacking their money. A lot of issues with that company right now. They're trying to get everything rolling, and you know that's. You know, it's tough. It's a tough sport to, you know, get everything rolling in, but BKFC is the place to be, dude. Like the thought was there, but I'm like, fuck, man, I'll probably hold out until BKFC finally gets ready. I'm like, I got like probably like 5-6 more years in this sport. I'll probably try to stay on their good side.
They should just bring Ken Shamrock in. Ken Shamrock, you know what? Let me just go to BKFC, take my.
You love the sport, you might as well just come over here.
Yeah,
we got
Drop
the app.
Another freaking, you know, crystal in the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good show though. I did like the pit, and I like the idea of like if you step out of the pit, they take a point kind of thing.
Like
so I'm like,
yeah,
it gives me like an opportunity to like pressure dudes. You know, we stepped out, you lose a point. Well, welcome to sumo.
Right. There's nowhere you can. Yeah, you can't dodge the fight. It's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a question here. Leo is asking, is Ken Shamrock going to fight BKFC? No, the answer is no, Leo. He actually owns a company called Valor, which is a bare knuckle fighting promotion that Josh Dyer fought in before.
And Mike Richman.
And Mike Richman. Yeah. So,
yeah. They treated us good. You know, as long as their show goes, it's good. You know, I just know they've had a few difficulties in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our buddy Chris Jensen fought over
That's
there
right.
too. There
Love
was a lot of big names fought over, and a lot of well-known fighters.
Yeah, dude. I met Chris that night. I forgot my nut cup. So Chris, they hooked it up and had a nut cup rush over from like the next town, hooked me up big time.
I thought you were going to say you guys shared nut cups.
Yeah. He took his cup out, handed it to you. You put it in.
A little bit of
sanitizer.
Ooh. Right? Yeah. No, I haven't done that yet. It's like, no, we'll skip the fight if we gotta do that. We'll get somebody else to bring one over.
So, Josh, you fought Riggs back in September. How long were you sitting waiting for a phone call until you got the phone call, and the phone call just happened to be Jared Warren and have a belt attached to it? Like, when did you find out that you were getting this fight?
Like 8 weeks ago. Yeah. So or maybe like 7 weeks ago.
Wow.
You know, my manager was kind of keeping it in the works. He's just like, hey, man, listen, he's like, stay ready. I might have a title shot for you. He told me this back in February. So I was like, oh, okay. And then like in March, he's like, hey, man, stay ready. I might have something for you. You know, then it's like April. Hey, man, stay ready. I might have. And I'm just like, dude, I've been hearing this shit since like February, dude. I'm just about to fucking retire over here, bro. And then finally he called me up and he's like, I got it. He's like, let's get it. I'm like, all right. Jared Warren. I'm like, all right. Tough guy, but you might as well just hand me the belt now because I'm coming home with it.
And I mean, you get that belt, and it's a one-way ticket to the Juggernaut. You get another.
Oh man, I can't wait for that night.
Man, you get another run with the Juggernaut.
Woo! Been dreaming about that ever since.
You know, that dude.
Yeah,
that dude is. I mean, he is so valuable to the BKFC. Like, he really is. He's a fucking showman. On top of looking like fucking Clubber Lang and you know, knocking, you know, he's on like a 9 knockout streak right now. The motherfucker is crazy, and he's a hard worker. He's training fighters now. He's got his gym open. So, I mean, your loss in the BKFC is against the best of the best, and everyone knows that shit. And to get in there again with him is just it would be a showcase fight for sure.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, getting this win would be huge for me. You know, yeah, fucking Juggernaut, man. Yeah, I'm not as excited as Mike Richman is. But fuck, man, it is what it is. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I would like the opportunity to redeem myself, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, that's gonna come with a cost too. So I'd be like, even if I catch the win, I'll probably spend the night in the ER. I'm like, all right, puke up a little bit of blood. Like, all right, feeling like a boss.
Puking up blood with a unified belt. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's gonna let me keep that for a while. Get another call. Hey man, Lorenzo wants to fight you again. I'm like, oh, sweet. So this is basically my future with the sport. Awesome.
Just continuously fighting
every fucking fight.
when you fight, do any of your kids watch, or is that
yeah,
no go?
Yeah, no, dude, they all watch. They all think I'm like the fucking coolest. You know how awesome it is? Like, they'll all watch my fights, and then when I come back, they'll run up and punch me and tell me that they're Josh Dyer. And then naturally,
nice.
Yeah, so I'll like fly back like I just got fucking smashed by the Juggernaut and freaking like land on the ground and be like, oh shit, I didn't know you were Josh Dyer. Oh, and just like totally stroke my ego. And then they just think they're even tougher. So it just reinforces it. So now I just have them all the time. Anytime I try to mess with them, they're like, I'm Josh Dyer. I'm just like, ooh, it's gonna be a tough fight.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Do you have any action figures for them? You got like a Josh Dyer action figure?
No, not yet. I ain't that cool. But one day. I'm waiting for the day I walk through Walmart and they got a Josh Dyer action figure. Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
They have companies that'll make them for you though right now.
I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm ready. Ever since I watched.
Like if they eventually come out with like a BKFC video game, man, how cool would it be to be in a
bro?
video game?
You know I'd be playing that.
Just beating the shit out of your kids on the video game using yourself.
Yeah, I would.
That'd be incredible.
Motherfuckers.
We're a bit ways away from that, I think, because you want to know what? There's been a lot of fighting video games that have come out and they are horrible. Like there's only a few that did well. Like the UFC games are very cool, but I still don't even think that they blew up that much, you know. It takes a lot of money. Who was the Red Sox pitcher that started the video game company, Kyle?
That was Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling started
38 Studios.
Company,
and it
38 Studios. It was
time.
In Providence, and he went bankrupt. He had to borrow money from the state, and the game ended up being decent, but he borrowed and spent so much damn money making that game.
He was like 80 million. He was like
80 million. Holy shit!
Yeah, he was like 80 million in the hole after that shit.
Yeah, it costs a pretty penny to make a very good video game, so you better sell like tens of millions of copies, or you're not going to make your money back. It has to be.
I feel like ChatGPT could make it for free. We'll get something rolling.
Dude, ChatGPT is insane, man.
You know what they should do is instead of trying to make this unbelievably realistic looking game, is like model it after Tyson's Punch Out and just like make it like that, because everyone loves that nostalgic shit. So
arcade,
make it like an old arcade game, bare knuckle boxing with fucking
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That'd be fucking awesome. You know, Josh Dyer versus Juggernaut.
Woohoo! The final match. Freaking Juggernaut's walking around 3 times bigger than everybody else's character. The fuck? How's this guy 185?
He's like Sandman, you know what I mean? The Sandman and Tyson's Punch Out. How do you see this fight with you and Jared playing out, man? Do you think that it goes more than a couple rounds? You see a 5-round war with him? We talked about his progression as a fighter, but you said you've progressed right along with him. So do you see this ending in an early knockout or a loss?
Yeah, I do. I foresee, my gut tells me that it's going to be a 2nd round knockout, but I'm really pushing for the 1st round knockout. You know, I don't particularly want to be in there for too long. Jared does have extreme punching ability. You know, like if he can hit you with those long ass arms with a nice cross, he'll break whatever he hits. You know, and I'm not in the mood of getting smacked with that. So no, I'm going to try to end it in the 1st, but my gut tells me it'll take till the 2nd.
Do you? He was talking about his walk around. He walks around like 190, 195.
Yeah,
185. Are you a much bigger guy than that, or do you stay pretty much around 195, 200? What do you do when you're not fighting?
Yeah, I'm about the same as him. I walk around about 210.
210. All right, yeah. So you're not like, I mean, like we keep talking about Lorenzo, but the fact that Lorenzo goes up to like 230, and then fights at 185 is just fucking crazy.
It's insane. Yeah, I cut about 25, 30 pounds, you know, each fight. You know, I do want to be the biggest fighter in the world at 185. Like, to me, when you show up, I like to have every single possible advantage. I want to have the strength advantage, the reach advantage, the fucking cardio advantage, the fucking speed, whatever it is. Like, I want all those so that my fight is easier. You know, like I don't want to have to work too damn hard. So yeah, I make sure that I cut, you know, like they say elite UFC fighters cut like 20, 15, 20 pounds. So I cut 20, 25, 30. Like I want to make sure that I'm doing them what nobody else on earth is doing, except for Lorenzo. But you can see how well that plays out for him. So I'm like, I can't cut what he cuts. Like I almost die getting 185, So I'm like,
do you step back in there right around 200, 205 after you weigh in at 185? When you step in there fight night against Jared, will you be more like 205?
Yeah, about 205. Yeah, with all my gear on, I'll be about 208. So, yeah, I rehydrate big, man.
I remember like Jay Fish. When we saw Jay Fish, I don't remember which event that was at, Mike.
When he fought Houston Alexander?
Biloxi, yeah, Biloxi. So he was cutting from 255 to 205 to fight Quentin Henry, and he cut the last 24 or 25 pounds in the last
24 hours.
24 pounds in 24 hours.
It's horrendous.
And when we went and talked to him at the weigh-ins,
I felt bad for him.
I went to ask him if he wanted to do an interview, and like he was having like a hard time putting words together. I was like, let's talk tomorrow. I talked to him the next day. He was sharp. He was 25 pounds bigger. I'm like, man, I don't know how the fuck you guys do this shit.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
but I still don't think it was good for him. Obviously, in the long run.
Not really. That to me doesn't sound like a very smart cut. I mean, 255 to 205, and then having his physique, I'm like, that to me, that's lack of discipline. If you're 255 shredded with like not an ounce of fat, and you cut to 205 and you make it work, like to me, that makes a little bit more sense. But like, you shouldn't be carrying around anything extra, before you start your cut. You got to be fucking elite. So no, I think he probably could have planned that a little bit better, Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, I like what you do, and like what Jared barely cuts. He probably could go down to 175 and do well in that division. You know what I mean? Because he walks around 190, 195. So,
yeah, with his reach, he would absolutely murk dudes at 175.
Right.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Man, it's exciting to guys. In 2 weeks, July 14th in Lakeland. The location of Knucklemania 1, they're back in the same place, and this card is stacked to the fucking brim. Co-main event, Josh Dyer versus Jared Warren, part 2. This time with a light heavyweight interim belt involved. Can't wait to see this one, man. We're gonna ask you a couple quick questions, and then we'll let you get out of here. We don't want to keep you too late. You got it. The sun's going down.
I see that. I just looked at the picture. I was like, damn, it's setting over here.
The sun is setting on D-Day. Number one question. First one, if you could ask one question to an all-knowing being, what would it be?
To an all-knowing being.
Don't waste this question here.
Don't waste this question. Someone who knows it all. What question you need answered?
I'd be like, why are you making the question so hard to figure out? That's what I would say to him. I'd be like, why is it so hard to find the answer, bruh? That's what I want to know. I'm like, we're only people, man. We got crazy imaginations. Why are you making it so damn hard?
Oh, shit. All right. Number 2.
What is the most fascinating fact that you know? What do you got up there in the noggin?
Okay. The most fascinating fact that I know is there's these crazy little seahorse things that could like punch faster than anything on earth. They punch so fast that the water around them boils, and they can crack open like freaking clamshells and shit, bro. When I seen that, just like a tiny little pew, and they're like busting open like rocks and shit.
Yep.
I'm like, what?
Yes.
Little seahorse? What the hell is this thing?
I've seen that.
Yeah, or it's like a shrimp. It's a shrimp, like a rainbow shrimp or something. Punches faster than anything else on the whole planet. That's a fun fact.
Wow, I didn't. Well,
I saw that.
Fascinating, and I have no idea what the fuck that is, and I'm gonna look it up after this show.
Yeah, it's like the speed of sound. It's called I think it's is this it? The peacock mantis?
Bam! It's something like that, but it's like it's in the water. It throws a punch so fast that the water boils instantly around it, and it creates like a sonic boom and just busts the shit out of everything it hits.
It can swing its front appendage or club at speeds of 50 miles per hour, roughly the same acceleration as a .22 caliber bullet. In the water.
Yeah, in the water.
That's
if that thing punched a shark, it might actually leave it alone.
Yeah.
What's it called, Mike?
50 times. Yeah, it says 50 times faster than the blink of an eye. It can generate a force 100 times that of its weight. Like,
Could you imagine that?
Peacock mantis shrimp. Yeah,
there it is.
It's unbelievable.
So some fighter's gonna come out like,
the peacock shrimp,
peacock mantis shrimp Dyer, and the people are gonna be like, "What the fuck kind of dumb shit?"
You're gonna
is that?
see.
Be like,
you're gonna see now.
Yeah, you'll learn.
I'm
learn
about
today.
to bust your shell, motherfucker. That's what that's
Mm-hmm.
about. That's crazy, dude. All right, you're a father of 4. Give us your best dad joke.
Shit, man, I don't got no dad jokes.
All right,
I'm sorry, dude. Oh shit, man, you stretching me hard here. Best dad joke. Fuck, I'm the wrong guy for that one. I suck at dad jokes. I don't like dad jokes. They suck.
All right.
That's the whole point. Yeah, right. They gotta suck. They gotta suck to be good.
Josh, just put this one in your pocket and save it for later.
We'll save this one for later.
Listen. I've been saying mucho to a lot of my Spanish friends lately. It means a lot to them.
Oh, I like that.
There you go. There's your dumb dad joke.
I'm gonna keep that one.
You can keep that one.
Yeah,
Josh, any last words? Bro. Yeah. I'm gonna be looking up that fucking.
I got a picture of it right here. I'm about to bring.
If you show the video,
that's it right there.
You gotta watch the video of those things punching shit. They'll go up and just punch like hermit crab shells in half and eat them and shit.
What the fuck?
Yes. It just like goes boom and just.
Yeah, it's like a sonic boom, just gone.
Fucking crazy.
Dude, that shit is crazy as fuck. I didn't know that thing existed on this planet. It looks crazy. But Josh, last words for anybody tuning in July 14th when you take on Jared Warren for the second time.
Well, get your popcorn, get your drink, take a piss, sit down, don't miss this one. It's going to be, co-main event. So, you can sleep through the prelims, but make sure you watch this one because it's going to be good. It's going to be worth it. Mike and I are going to put on a fucking show. We're both coming home with championship belts. It's going to be a beast. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be a big night. Are you saying it's going to be a big night for Jackson Wink Smith Brothers management?
Dude. Yeah, dude. Mike's going to fucking whoop this dude's ass. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You, Mike, Martyna, Travis, you guys are all under the same management umbrella there. I think there might be even more on there. I'd have to look into it a little bit, but it is going to be a big night for you guys. I can't wait to see it. I'll be watching on TV. Mike might be there live. So thank you, as always, for coming on the show. You're always a fun guest to have on here. And Mike, do you have anything else for D-Day?
Man. Hey, look, I hope I can make the fight so I can see you in person. We'll maybe have a couple drinks after the fight if you're up for it. And, maybe we'll get an interview in too while I'm there. So Kyle
sounds like a trainer, dude.
He's ditching us, He said to hell with this. I'm going to go to Space Force. So
fuck yeah, bro. Well, if you end up making it, we're going to have a huge ass after party. We're going to rent a pontoon for the whole next day and party on that. So it's going to be a blast. So let me know if you guys want to come. We're going to, try not to drop my belt in the ocean. All that fun stuff.
Yeah, don't fall into one of those shrimp and get punched in the dick.
That would suck.
It'd be that just might ruin that might ruin your after party.
Yeah. That would fucking suck.
You won't have a 5th kid, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ. All right, Josh. Thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you soon, bud.
Yeah, man. Have a good night.
All right,
later, man.
Later. All right, Josh D-Day Dyer, man. If you guys aren't following him, all his social medias are at the bottom. If you don't have the app, use his referral code, help the fighters out. That dude's awesome. He's fun.
Yeah. And, I love that he brought up that shrimp, man. That thing. I remember seeing that video. I don't remember when it was, but as soon as he started talking about it, I was like, holy shit, I've seen that video before. I remember that. Yeah.
That shit is crazy. I'm what's fucking great is that he knew that. I mean, I didn't know that. It's just fucking crazy. So you know what, man? This last 2 weeks been super fun because our Wednesday guests were fantastic. Lorenzo Hunt last week, and then John Morgan this week.
Oh my god!
And then both Thursdays we stacked the show with 4 fighters. And all 8 fighters from the 2 Thursday shows are all fighting on that July 14th card.
Yep. And there's still more to go. I mean, there's still more on that card that we need to get on here. There are some fights.
Oh, who got added to that card that I'm really excited to see back in there is T. Murph.
Yes, T. Murph. Yes, he did get added to that card. You want to know what? I got a picture right here for let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Team Murph. He got added. I saw that today. I don't know when
Dude,
he got
he's
added.
another
But
fucking character. He's been around for a long time. He's done a lot of fighting in his day, and it's exciting to see him back in there. He put on a show, his first fight down in
it
Orlando.
wasn't that long.
Yeah, and I think that was back in November.
That was that was the same card that Travis was on.
Yeah,
that was the Shady Grady.
The same card that Travis Thompson and David Diaz won our fight of the year that night.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
That fight, one fight of the year. I forgot to talk. Well, we've talked about it with him before, but you know what? We're halfway through this year already.
Unreal,
and it's
right?
time to maybe put some, maybe some posts together and get some votes on these categories and do like a half year rundown. Maybe go over some of the best knockouts, best fights, all the categories that we had last year, and maybe we'll add a couple to it and we'll get some votes in and get like a half year thing going. And then, at the end of the year, we'll go over all of them. But there's been, right in the beginning of the year, we had some great friggin' knockouts, and God, man, this has been just a banner year.
The first fight card of the year had one of the best fights of the year so far with Scoggins and Keith Richardson. Remember that one in Myrtle Beach? That was the first event of the year, right? Wasn't that the first event of the year down in Myrtle Beach in January? And we were like, man, already a fight of the year contender right there.
Yeah,
Justin Scoggins and
Keith Richardson.
Keith Richardson, and fantastic, man. And then event of the year so far. I mean, there's two of them. There's Knucklemania 3 and there's Denver. Those two fucking cards were incredible. It's and we're halfway through the year. I can't wait to see what the hell they got cooking for September and October. Atlanta in October, maybe. Denver. I hear Denver's another one. I cannot wait. It's incredible that we're halfway through the year already, dude.
I know. It really is. This year is just blasting by. But you know what? These BKFC this weekend, we have another BKFC event that is somewhat flying under the radar. And it really isn't for lack of talent here. I think the fact, and this happens with me too, is when it's not in the US, there's a little bit of a disconnect. So I was looking last night. Did anybody see weigh-ins? I didn't see weigh-ins. I was looking for the weigh-ins, but the thing is, I don't think that they post the live weigh-ins. I think they post them afterwards, which kind of throws me off, right? Are they going to have weigh-ins?
Well, the event is Saturday.
Yeah, but do you see anything for weigh-ins
for tomorrow?
I don't see any. I didn't see anything when I was looking for the countdown for them. Usually it's event. If you want to watch, it has like the countdown on there. I usually see the countdown ticker, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not there. And this happened last time too, and they kind of posted them afterwards. So I think that kind of throws people off because you know what I mean? You wait and you get that natural schedule that just comes through. So you're waiting for it. You got a couple there might be some interviews that happen. Those are on the app. So you're doing a little countdown thing. Then you have your weigh-in, then you have your fights, then you have your post-fight. But it's also in a different time zone, a different country, and it throws people off. But you know what? Don't miss it because it's going to be fantastic. This freaking fight.
The main event alone, the main event is fucking awesome.
This is going to be
Rico Franco and Caleb Harris. I love this fight. It's going to be a banger. You know that Caleb Harris comes to throw down every single time. Rico Franco's a fucking monster.
Oh my god!
It's going to be a nice main event with a card full of scrappers. And dude, the next 4 events, you got Newcastle coming up, then you got Lakeland, which is an absolutely stacked ass card. But then they got 2 locations already announced, but no fights. Only 1 fight on the Albuquerque card so far, and then nothing for Miami yet. But dude, Albuquerque, BKFC 48's in Albuquerque.
We could probably guess some fighters that are going to be on that card.
And then BKFC 49 in Miami, and they're going to start building those cards soon. And
oh my god,
can't wait to see what's up next, dude.
Yeah, I would hope that let's say Gogo was going to fight, say, in Miami. I would.
Well, Gogo posted something and he said that it's almost time to unleash or whatever. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be that card because it's in Miami. He's training still, and he's in Florida. He didn't fight on this last card that was in Hollywood, so you would imagine he's going to be on that card. That should be a no-brainer, I think. 5-0, he should be in there.
Yeah. Gogo fought in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
To win a title shot. That was a title eliminator. And that was 7 months ago, and he hasn't been even really talked about, man. So you know, he's on like a 5 or 6 fight win streak, whatever it is right now. Gogo is an absolute beast. Hope to see him back. I hope they announce a juggernaut fight soon, whether it be in the heavyweight division or whether it be Camozzi at 205. I don't think it's going to be at 185 against anybody because they already have the 185 division kind of figured out right now as far as like the interim title goes for the near future. So I'm hoping that we hear a fight announcement for Lorenzo soon because, you know, he's one of the most exciting fighters on the planet. And there are guys that want to fight him right now. So, I mean, with Alan Belcher leaving, that vacates the heavyweight title. So they could throw him in there with Arnold, maybe, or something like that. Or, you know, Camozzi's been asking for that fight at 205. So maybe that's next. We will see. I can't wait for them to have announced that next one. So, you know, halfway through the year, it's been fantastic, and it's going to break my heart that I have to go to. Yes, Leo Camozzi, like Chris Camozzi. Your question is yes.
Camozzi.
Chris Camozzi is 2-0 in the BKFC with 2 first-round knockouts, and he fights in the 205 division, and then in the number 2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I've been saying that he should be number 1 pound-for-pound for a while now. He's on the 9-fight knockout streak. He's the 205 champ. He's the 185-pound champ, and he wants to fight for the heavyweight title. His name is Lorenzo Hunt, Leo, and Chris wants to fight him. So we'll see if they make that one. Yeah, man, seven months in, and I got to take off for a month for school. So I'll do my best to continue doing shows with Mike while I'm gone. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here.
Yes, sir. Well,
and congratulations to Zion, man. Zion is going to get himself a couple tickets to go see the Lakeland card, BKFC 47, Lakeland, Florida, July 14th. And we are telling you this right now, Zion, bring someone that has never been to a live event. You've obviously been to some live events, my friend.
Yes.
You know? Or give them to 2 people that have never been to a live event. You know what I'm saying? Because the more people that get to a BKFC event and see it live, they fall in love with the sport just like everybody else has. And it just grows the fan base even more, man. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with giving the tickets out. And it's like, you know, we're not going to deny somebody that won the tickets to go. You know, unless Russ is like, hey, no, don't give those tickets. But you know, it's better to give the people who are going to bring someone or are the people who haven't been there yet. You know what I mean? Because that really is the whole point of this, is to open up people's, you know, minds to this new sport that we all love, that we spend all our time on, because you know what? This thing is awesome, and we need to let people know about it. I can't believe when I talk to people and they've never even heard of it. And I'm like, how do you just not know? Like, you living under a rock? Do you not see anything at all? Like, I get you. Maybe you're not a huge fan of combat sports, or you don't do this, but you've never seen anything. Even when Connor showed up in Denver, you didn't see any of that. It blows my mind, man. No, doesn't it? Isn't it crazy that people just don't know at all? Like, they've never heard of it.
Yeah, well, to give Leo a break here, he lives on the other side of the world, and we just talked about the promotion across the pond in Europe.
Yep.
I don't know if the promotion for BKFC has been as well as it is in the United States, but you know, Leo's over there, and he's a diehard UFC fan. So
yeah, Leo, yeah, Chris Camozzi. Look there he is right there. Is that the Chris Camozzi that you know? I believe it is.
There he is. Yep, with Cyrus. You know, I was watching what is it, EFC?
Look at that.
Yeah,
with the
extreme
champ.
fighting. Yeah, there he is. They talked about it that night. We were at Tom's Watch Bar at Coors Field, and I don't know.
We hosted Chris Camosi's after party with Beck Rawlings. At Tom's
I'm pretty
Watch
sure
Bar.
that's not him, but doesn't that look like Alan Belcher right over fucking?
That is him in disguise. He's wearing glasses and a hat.
It looks really fucking very similar to Alan Belcher. He was there. Spying on those guys.
Actually, who's that way to the left there? I see somebody we know.
Yeah, there's Elvin El Bandito Brito.
That's right. You got.
I was just actually, dude. You know what's funny? Like you say, we always opening eyes to the sport and trying to get more people to get into it.
Yeah,
I was telling people. Rodriguez just came back from vacation in Puerto Rico, so she was down in Puerto Rico for 3 weeks, and I said, where were you? She was like, I started talking about Elvin. I'm like, our buddy Elvin's down there. He's got the jungle camp down there. A lot of people go down there and train with him, and they do crazy shit out there, and they headbutt goats and whatnot. And she's like, what? I said, hold up, let me get my phone out, and I showed her videos of her of him and the Juggernaut playing fucking Ram games with Poncho, and she was laughing her ass off. She goes, those guys are so fucking crazy. She goes, one little slip, that thing is so strong it could break their fucking neck.
That's the one thing I'd be nervous. Yeah, is if it got angry and just wham and just compressed your neck. Like that would be awful.
Yeah, Brito and Lorenzo are freaking savages, and those videos are hilarious. And Poncho, Poncho has his own Instagram page, and it has like 2,700 followers on it. It's great. His goat has an Instagram page with 2,700 followers. So, anyways, dude, yeah, it's been a fun 2 weeks. This week was great. Thank you to John Morgan, Mike Richman, Josh Dyer, Martyna Krol, and Travis Thompson. Wish you guys all the best of luck, and we will be tuned in July 14th. Make sure you're tuned in this weekend for BKFC Newcastle, BKFC 46, Harris versus Franco, and I don't really have much else. We got work in the morning, and I got to take a ACFT, which is the Army Combat Fitness Test.
Sounds like lots of fun. You're gonna aim for 60% or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna max the minimums like we talked about earlier, dude.
Don't hurt yourself.
Right? Man, I'm gonna go in there and perform well. I don't doubt myself. So, you got anything else for the peoples, Mike?
Nah, man, I'm good to go. I can't wait to see you all next Wednesday, and we will get out of here. We'll see the fights, and we'll talk all about them next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Peace.